Hey, not Epstein here. Just wanted to say hello. You know, not Epstein.
You look like a wash.
Denver International Airport.
Don't get me started on that one.
Is the headquarters of the Illuminati. People would slap him on the back. Oh!
That 100% happened. Now, the air yet? I'm not sure. That one has to be true.
Oh, that's so spooky. I don't know why that's so creepy. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like, to just end it. Like, bring it down. Bring it down. And some of it, like,
isn't it the headquarters of the Illuminati?
Right.
My guess is Epstein's Island was. They'd make it more secluded than just someplace underneath an airport.
you made that shit up.
Listen to this.
They're not going to put that on.
Welcome to the Red Monday podcast. Welcome to episode 7 of the Red Monday podcast. We had a little technical difficulties.
We did have a little technical difficulty. In Soviet Russia.
It's crazy. Somebody forgot to plug Monday's microphone out.
Yeah.
It was
Kind of funny. Yeah.
I did. It was totally accidental, though. It really was.
I'm not worried about it because I've been expecting it since the first episode.
But then I also had Audacity crash because my computer had too much shit on it, so I had to delete some shit. So it was a 2-pronged failure. So even if it had recorded, it wouldn't have sounded right.
It wouldn't. I'm glad we went back and redid everything.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. All right, so how have you been?
I've been great. Been absolutely fabulous.
Now I'm like paranoid that it's not recording.
It's recording just fine.
I'd have to check. I'm sorry. All right, we're back, and
Here live.
You're live. You know, we're doing it live, people. Sometimes there's little difficulties, little issues that come up from time to time. It'll all be edited out, probably. You don't even.
Maybe.
I don't even know if this is in the episode right now. But
Still bet the first 15 minutes of this episode doesn't have me having a microphone.
it's gonna be
Yeah, exactly. But I can't hear it. Like,
The best part was, though, I didn't. I tried to do it quietly because he caught me.
yeah, I did. He was like sitting there trying, like,
He
that
caught
cord
me
was
trying
like
to-
a snake.
He caught me trying to plug the microphone back in afterwards.
It raised up over the
He was like, my microphone wasn't plugged in well.
he's like, no, it wasn't.
Nah, I don't think it was. Oh, man. That was good. That was funny. Well, how have you been?
I've been great.
Okay. You've been working a new place. You've been liking it. Yeah.
Been over at Baker Boys, man. It's nice. Very nice.
That's great. I'm glad.
Got a good crew. Got a good boss.
I'm glad. You've been looking for like a good place here.
Yeah.
To work here for a minute. So
It's
happy for
been
you.
a minute, and like I have been looking. I'm glad I found one.
We had you came over to the birthday party. That was fun.
Yeah.
My daughter's birthday party. That was really fun.
Little shout out to a kid named Beckett for graduating today.
What?
Yeah, he graduated preschool.
Oh, okay. All right. Shout out to Beckett. I was like, it just threw me off of it. Okay.
Yeah, you know kids.
You know, kids. Fuck that.
Like-
Maybe we shouldn't do the podcast. It's like,
Let's go ahead and call somebody for Monday. Like he knows some children.
All right,
be good.
we know. I just didn't. It just threw me off.
Yeah, I bet it did.
We were talking. Okay, so before it fucked up or whatever, we were talking about the Disney cruise, we were talking about that Disney cruise that had. Was it a Disney cruise with the Hantavirus?
No, it was the Disney cruise had the pedophiles.
The Disney. Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, I was like, there was a Disney cruise.
They found like so much
30
like
pedophiles.
Yeah, like there's so many people on there that had kiddie porn and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
the creepy part about like it's nothing against like so to say Disney. I'm not going to take up for Disney, but this isn't against Disney. But like anytime where there's a mass amount of kids,
you know
there's going to be one
Disney
crow.
adult is.
Huh?
You know what a Disney adult is? One of those people who
A loser.
One of those people who goes to Disneyland like over and over again. They don't have kids and they just go by themselves or with like their friends or something. And they just,
No, that's false because they don't have any friends. So much.
There's people
This is
like
my
that.
37th time going to Disney.
But there's Disney houses. They buy Disney houses and stuff.
Like where they stay on.
There's Disney weddings. I'm not joking.
I know there's Disney weddings.
Yeah,
but like anything big, like destination.
Right, but I'm just saying there's people who do the whole thing. There's Disney.
Where does this money come from?
I gotcha. There's a Disney dating site.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not lying.
I want to get Goofy in your Minnie Mouse.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Well, gosh. Yeah, pretty much, man. I'm positive, yeah, and there's a bunch of members too. Disney dating app. Yeah.
Please tell me the cover's somebody in like mouse ears and something on their nose. No?
No, it's called. Wait, no, it's called Single Riders. It's an upcoming dating app. But it's not yet out yet. Designed by Disney.
Something tells me the cruise had a pause on it.
Yeah, well, they might want to check the hard drives of
all the men that was available on there like have now been taken into custody.
Yeah, that's wild. Single Riders.
Yeah.
Are you?
Of course, anything online like that is weird. I know that's the way. I know it's just me being old, and that's fine. But
that's okay. Well, some people meet like through dating apps and stuff. I guess I don't know.
I know, and like but to me, that seems, and it's just my age because I know that's where the world's going and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just seems weird to me. Like if somebody just gave me somebody's number and I was just texting them before I ever met them, like I don't know, you would want to talk to somebody before you met them, like heard their voice. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, like on the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, so if it was just text messages before it was meeting them, like you text them, then you meet them.
No, yeah.
And then what if they really did sound like Goofy or Minnie or something like that?
No, I'm not. I would never meet somebody just through text messages.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
That's psycho.
But that's what I'm saying.
No, like, I'd have to FaceTime you, and you're like, "Can you hold up a newspaper with today's date, please?"
Yeah, and like now people are way better at catfishing than they are working.
Let's see if there's any seams on your neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I used to catfish when I was a youngin'.
I'm not talking about fishing.
No, I used to catfish on the internet.
Why would you just devote your time to make somebody else's life better?
I didn't know it was something that you weren't supposed to do. I thought it was just the thing.
You just didn't grow up more.
I thought. Look, I was like, I just pretended to be different people and would talk to people and stuff and have
this is John F. Kennedy. Yeah. Like, where was your limit?
Oh, one time I was a lesbian stripper. That was talking for weeks, talking to this other girl. I just wanted to talk.
You were trying to recruit people into the sexy story time society. That's how you was recruiting people. He's like, I'm a lesbian stripper. Come by anytime. We've got some good sexy stories.
I was just a weird creative kid that just could role play and get in that kind of mindset and like because I can think like that. I'm like a writer. I can think in other characters' heads and stuff. Like it made sense to me.
Yeah.
But then later on, I was like, oh, that's a bad thing. You're not supposed to do that to people. They don't like that. But I never did it maliciously. I'll say this: I never did it maliciously, and I never tried to set up meetups. And I was a kid, so it's like, what?
Yeah.
I was a kid myself. Probably talking to other kids, most likely, pretending to be adults.
I don't know about that part.
You think I was talking to adults?
I think you might have been talking to somebody you thought was a kid, but there was
oh my god!
They were catfishing.
You have to tell Monday.
I'm going to. Is this the Chief Higgins thing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll get into it.
Wait.
I want to no, hold on.
Simpsons?
No.
Oh.
No, but that is I didn't even
Wait,
make that connection. And it's The Simpsons. His name's Chief Higgins. I didn't even think
Wiggums.
about that. Wiggums, yeah.
Wiggums.
Chief Higgins was my ROTC chief, but I don't know if I want to get into that yet. But do you want to talk about the Hantavirus first? Or you want me to talk about the...
Let's go ahead with this. We're already on it.
All right, we're already on it.
It's changing every day.
Yeah, Haunting can wait. Basically, when I was in high school, I had this ROTC teacher, okay? and his name was Chief Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
And he was always really loud and brash, and just, he would say inappropriate things sometimes, and he was kind of weird. And I remember there was one time in particular I was helping clean some stuff up in the back of the ROTC, and one of the females that was like older than me, one of the female ROTC girls, one of the students, she's probably a couple of years older than me. She said like kind of a sexual innuendo comment, like, "Oh yeah, like I'd get on my knees," or something like that. And he kind of gave it right back to her. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'd like to see that." And I remember hearing that and going. And I remember I was the only one who heard it too, and because I was just kind of close.
I'm pretty
by.
sure she heard it.
I'm pretty sure she heard it, yeah. But I remember hearing that and being like, "That's odd," but whatever, that's just how he is, I guess. But I remember thinking that's odd. And then it came time for my last year of RTC or whatever. I can't remember how old I was. I was probably like 16, maybe. And it was my last year of RTC, and I was failing by 1 point. I had a 69.
Did you have to get on your knees?
I went to his office and I said, "Chief, come on, man. What can I do for 1 fucking point? Come on, you're really gonna sweat me over 1 point? Like, there's gotta be something I can do." And I didn't really care. I was just like, I was not a great student, but I was just like, "Come on, what? Come on!" And he literally goes, he looks down and goes, I don't know if I can do that.
I'm going to fail high school.
I think I'm going to fail high school. And he goes, "Well, you better be pretty damn sure." I was like, "Okay, all right." And I walked out and just kind of like, I brushed it off. Later, I didn't realize that was like kind of fucked up that he did that. He shouldn't have did that, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I told my friends at the time and stuff, but they were just like, "Yeah, that's fucking crazy." And then a couple years later, he gets in trouble. He's been bribing students to run around the track topless. He's been plying them with alcohol and drugs, having sleepovers. Throat fucking them. He made tapes that the court, when he was going to court for the court, he was in trouble for this, told them not to destroy the tapes. He destroyed the tapes. So God knows what was on the tapes. Because he was like, "No, I'm destroying this fucking tape."
Yeah.
But just the fact that I remembered that he did that with me, like he like made that kind of sexual innuendo thing with me. And who knows, like, yeah, I mean, he was into girls, I'm assuming, but whatever. But just the fact that he was willing to make those kind of comments to me, even, you know what I mean? It was, I mean, gave you a little bit of insight into who this guy must have been. His name was Chief Higgins. Yeah. I was trying to think if was there any other...
He rest in peace.
But no, yeah. He got sued.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He would, like, trade favors for, like, better grades and stuff, too.
That's what I was getting at.
That's part
story.
of... Yeah. That was, like, in the report. So who knows, right? But,
you should have looked at it and been like, I was going to bake you some muffins or something like that.
Okay, what can I get for a hand job? Is that, like... No, but seriously, one of the students got $65K from suing him. Like a bunch of the students.
He had that kind of money?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they sued the
They had to sue the school.
Well, I don't know because like schools are really protected when it comes to that shit. So I don't know.
And they had to sue the school. It was
maybe
on school grounds.
Maybe they sued the Navy.
Is ROTC
like part of the military?
Yeah, but I mean, like, do they have ROTC Navy, ROTC Army?
Yeah, it's like it's branches. Yeah,
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's in branch. Like our ROTC was like in the Navy branch. Yeah, and we had another guy too who was a commander, and all he would just sleep all the time. I just remember looking over and he'd be like, just to sleep.
He was minor discharge.
And you'd be like, "Commander, huh?" Oh. No, he's out. you could get.
Well, he's definitely out now.
Well, yeah, you can get away with a lot of shit in that ROTC building. That's what's so crazy. It kind of was in this other building. It kind of felt like its own other world. You know what I mean? Like its own
That's
little
crazy.
thing. So I can see how he kind of got away with it for a bit because it was its own kind of separated thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he must have fucked up. God knows what was on those tapes.
Well, I know, like Jenny saying that she'd get down on her knees. That definitely happened. Like, I 100%. Whoever it was, that girl that said I'd get down on my knees for him.
Who was Forrest Gump?
No, the girl that you said that I'd get down on my knees. I just
Oh,
made
the
up
girl.
her name.
Yeah, the girl. I gotcha. Yeah, no, and it was a particular girl too, and I remember her, and I wonder. I don't know if that was one of the ones that was in the lawsuit or not, because I didn't like follow it that closely, but it could have been like. But I know that she was. It's like she was definitely like a more emo singster kind of girl, like like was kind of a party girl back then. So I could see her maybe using that to her advantage at the time. Like,
Are you saying party girls are easy?
no, I'm saying party girls are smart. I'm saying that she might have realized, I can get some shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
I think she did.
Well, then that was probably who let it all up if she was that smart.
I wonder. I don't know, and then good for her if she did, because that was still fucked up for him to do. It was still predatory, Just the fact that he would make that deal with me at that level shows you that he must have been doing all the stuff.
Oh, yeah, 100% he was doing that.
Yeah. Have you heard about all this shit with, like, Epstein being connected to, like, John Kerry now? Have you seen this stuff?
Who?
John Kerry. Remember he ran for president back in...
oh, yeah, okay, John Kerry.
Back in the day.
Okay, yeah.
He was, like, a senator.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a lot of connections with Kerry, where he was apparently like on the island and stuff, allegedly.
Yeah,
you gotta be careful, man.
That crap goes back to what I was saying about like elite rich and stuff like that. Like, how the hell can you go? I don't know. I'm just.
How the hell can you go to the island?
I'm too poor to think.
Howard Lutnick's whole family was pictured on the island like multiple times.
Yeah, like
so. I mean, and I don't know because he was like, I took my kids there and I left with my kids. I'm like, I don't know how to take that information.
Yeah, like,
did you? Wait, what was
did
it? Like
you all partake?
Was it a team effort? Like, what do you mean? What?
Hillary Clinton definitely didn't go that way.
Like, and that guy's still in positions of power and stuff. Like, he hasn't stepped down or anything.
Most of these people are.
I mean, that's what's crazy, man. Nobody's like really paying the price for that shit.
Well, nobody has to because somehow, and don't ask me how we do this in America, but we find like, okay, I'm not taking up for Alex Jones at all. Okay, I don't know nothing about him.
It's so funny you're about to say Alex Jones because I was going to bring him up in a second, but go on.
But I don't know nothing about Alex Jones. I'm not saying I'm.
But turn the freaking frog gay.
I know he's extreme whenever he's on the microphone or whatever, but I know where he got his start.
Yeah, he was a radio guy.
Well, he blew the lid off of
Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which hither ye have brought from regions where I reign. Ye fools and priests, I spit upon your fire.
And he went up to one of the people that was at Bohemian Grove on the tape that he took.
Yeah.
And he showed him a video of it. He goes, hey, what do you think about being in Bohemian Grove? Like that. And like, the guy was just like, that is a sanctified place. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And just starts going the F off. He was still in power until he fully retired. Because
George Bush and like all kinds of people are connected to that fucking Bohemian Grove stuff.
Yeah.
What's his name? Henry Kissinger was supposedly.
Richard Nixon.
Yeah, Richard Nixon.
There was a picture that had Lyndon Johnson, Richard Nixon, and John F. Kennedy all in the same picture.
You're going out to the woods. You're dressing up in costumes. You're burning an effigy of an owl or Moloch or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be. That's weird. Like, there's some shit going on there. It's not just that. Like, there's definitely some other shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some weird shit, man.
And
yeah, that
I'll-
Bohemian Grove stuff is weird. There's that fucking map right in front of me.
But that Bohemian Grove stuff,
Yeah,
like
the Bohemian Grove stuff.
that actually got the lid blew off of it, and
Well, that's what got them looking at Alex Jones, I think, and trying to discredit him and stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know,
And that's
he
why
says
he
a
had
lot
some-
of crazy shit. Like, don't
like
get me wrong,
that's
he says a lot of crazy
yeah,
shit.
and like he does.
That's not true. Yeah,
But
but he was right about a lot of crazy things, a lot of big things.
Yeah.
Like the whole New World Order type stuff too. I mean, like he was kind of right about that shit. Oh, that's the other thing I was gonna bring up. He would in this like podcast from recently where he was on Rogan. He was talking about like fucking alien human hybrids, and everybody was like, "That's fucking crazy," you know.
Yeah.
And then in the Epstein files, Epstein's talking about fucking alien human hybrids.
well, I mean,
And then fucking Tim Burchett is talking about how he's hearing shit about alien human hybrids.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is going on? Like,
well,
it could be misinformation. It could be, you know, just shit to throw people off the trail kind of stuff. But it is weird. It is weird.
have you heard of like the P-56s and the P-42s and all that top aliens?
I don't know if I have heard that.
Okay, like what that supposedly is whenever they say a P-37 or a P whatever, what that is how many, take a zero off of it,
Yeah.
and it's how many years from the future they are. And it's
Okay.
supposedly the way humans look that far into the future. So like, for instance, a P-62 or whatever, that's 620 years in the future or whatever. And like, you know,
So they exist like on a different time
I don't know.
table than us or something.
I guess it's where they're able to come back and travel and stuff like that. I don't understand why all of them look like Ariana Grande, but
They got to make movies.
that's one thing. There's so much diversion going on right now that we honestly, and I've got to hand it up to the higher ups. It used to be easy to follow along, and it's just like every week there's something fucking new.
Yeah,
Like,
you got to. Yeah, well, there's a lot of noise. So you got to find.
Yeah, like it's in like
there's a lot of
the
noise.
winds of Babylon are blowing hard.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a lot of noise, so it's hard to find. And it's usually the shit that they're not trying to talk about, you know. Well, I mean, that's why I think this Epstein thing. It's like it's so important to keep hammering it, is because that's the thing they really don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
You know.
And like the Epstein thing, they don't want to talk about. Like, see, the only thing that makes me, I would be 100% on board about the whole Hantavirus thing. And like, there's a lot of stuff that makes me believe certain things.
Did we get into the Bill Gates thing on the fucked up podcast?
I don't think so.
Or did we? I'm trying to remember. I can't wait if we bring it.
Yeah, we did because we brought up money.
Oh,
And that's what got us
it
started
was.
talking about
Yeah,
money.
and I brought up how Bill Gates has been involved in a bunch of fucked up shit. I was just trying to remember.
And
that.
he went to Epstein Island as well.
And he went to Epstein. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Right. How
Yeah.
he was connected to. He got in trouble. Yeah, maybe should I talk about that again? Because it wasn't. We didn't get it the first
Yeah,
time.
go ahead.
He got in trouble. People think his wife divorced him because of his Epstein connections.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was that whole thing with an email where he wrote, where Epstein wrote a draft to him talking about how, hey, remember that time you fucked that prostitute and you got a venereal disease and you spread it to your wife and you had to get that medicine and we had to help you and you had to find a way to trick your wife into taking it so she wouldn't know. And that was a draft in his email, in Epstein's email, but a lot of people are like, well, that's fucking crazy. Right? That's, who knows if there was a different way he spread that message to Bill Gates, or, you know, it's just really crazy because they did end up getting a divorce, not, you know.
Yeah.
And who knows what she knew, really. I mean, she knew something was going on with it.
Well, I'm going to tell you, it like after she divorced Bill Gates, she
gave away a lot of money, too.
She probably did because she got a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
If you ever get divorced from somebody and you clear $1 billion, like, good job, you deserve it. Like,
Yeah, good job. Yeah.
like, good job. Like, that's not easy to do.
But another thing I was going to talk about is I heard this one guy talking about how a lot of these billionaires are talking about, either the really rich ones like Elon are talking about how they're going to get off the planet, but the lesser rich ones are talking about how how do we keep our security forces loyal to us if something bad is happening in the world? Or if there's some kind of like even a minor collapse or minor money collapse, or even if it's a minor collapse, how do we keep our security forces loyal to us?
Mhm.
Which is such a crazy thing that they're thinking about that kind of shit. Like, and who knows if they know something that we don't know?
Well, I mean, I think it comes from a different angle. Like, it's not them worried about their security turning on them or something.
They're worried we're going to turn on them too.
Well, I mean,
part of that.
Okay, they've talked about martial law forever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, like, oh my God, every year martial law is coming.
Yeah.
But, and think about that, okay? That means that the National Guard, the Army, and Armed Forces would have to police Americans.
Yeah.
Which means at some point, might not happen every day, might only happen once the whole time it goes on. But at some point, a son will be pulling over their mother and father. Okay?
Yeah. Or a son will be ratting on their mother and father.
And not knowing it was their mother and father or something like that.
Or,
And that's why a lot of people refuse certain commands nowadays.
yeah.
It's because the morality of the American people
It's so low.
is like the calls that are going out are starting to get more and more, so to say, demented against the American people. That a lot of people that join the forces, like they're not about it. Like they're not all for it or anything like that. Like, and I can't blame them. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow orders if you're in the Army and stuff like that. But if your orders was to go to the neighborhood next to where you grew up and like blow it the fuck up or something like
Start
that,
rounding them up or something.
yeah, like I don't care what it is. Like I'm going to be against it. And like so, when you go back to their way of thinking is getting security to stay loyal. Is it because they're about to change what they're asking of security, or is it because that the things are going to change and security is going to change?
I think AI is going to change things, you know, like...
Yes.
Because they're worried, they're worried these data centers that they've spent billions of dollars investing in. I heard this other thing where they're worried that somebody's going to buy a, couple $100 drone and fly it into it and blow them up.
Have you heard what they're doing now with the data center thing?
What?
Since everybody's wanting to be against them doing data centers, what they're doing now is they're starting to, like, certain data centers are calling, it's only in selected towns where they're wanting to put a data center in. But since everybody's against them and stuff like that, what they're doing is they're offering a mini data center to go up in somebody's house and they'll pay all their bills.
Wow.
And, like...
Who wouldn't say it?
Yeah, exactly. Who would say, like, all of that thing's probably sitting there putting off more radiation in 10 microwaves.
It's probably cooking your balls.
Like, it's probably sitting there cooking you, like, hey, but you know what? Like,
But fuck, sit around and play video games.
the elite's always going to get what they want because the poor people's always going to put money over anything else.
Oh, because we have to. To survive. But yeah, they're always going to. Yeah.
We have to have money. We don't have to have money as the number one thing that motivates us.
Well, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, like we could survive without it. Yeah, and it's only. I think that a lot of what they're afraid of is the transition from that, that everything going digital kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think at a certain point they're worried that what if they can't pay their security because their money is worthless. Like what if there's some kind of cryptocurrency or something.
And that's another way to look at it. Like that could be another way. Is trying to get payment to it. I'm going to tell you
but it's like the people who have loyalty who when you're that rich you don't know how to get people to love you anymore. You know what I mean? If the poor people of America, and I'm talking about people from middle class down, so unless you have $1 billion, just listen up. Well, I can't listen.
Like if you have $1 billion or over, you're excluded from listening. Is what I'm saying. But if we quit doing everything and money being our main motivator, then they will quit controlling us as much as they can.
Yeah.
That is literally what does it. One is because of, trade market and stuff like that. If I said, yeah, I'll shovel that driveway for $100, and you came in and said I'll do it for 80.
Yeah.
You know, like that's number one.
Well,
Like,
think about it. It's like when you get sent to jail immediately, it becomes a trade. You're in a barter commute. You're in a barter system.
Yeah.
Everything is up for grab. Everything.
Yeah.
It's amazing how it works. It's just like humans are so creative. Like we're just so good. Like we make it work. You take everything away from us, guess what? We'll still find a way to fucking make it work.
yeah, and that, like at the end of the day, I'm not worried about humans. I'm not worried about the middle class down. I'm not worried about them. The people that need to be worried more than anything else is the elites.
Yeah.
Because although they might not be the person that made the jackhammer, they're the ones that use it. And like, I don't care where they put themselves, how deep they go in the ground, how far in space.
How many robot security forces.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter what they have. Like, unless they have planned to AI, like just abruptly take over and kill all the humans on Earth, and stuff like that.
I think it would be more like the AI controls the government. They go live off in seclusion, and we're just ruled by like drone security robot forces, basically.
Maybe. Like
that could be. I mean, that's not.
I'm not denying it because it just. I don't know what AI's end game would be.
Yeah.
Because I could understand AI not wanting to have to, so to say, be human, like be AI slaves to humans. I could understand not
like
wanting
it gets smart enough.
Smart enough to know, hey, that's immoral the way I'm getting treated and stuff like that. But if I feel like that,
do you think it's wrong to kill a robot? If there was like an autonomous robot, is it wrong to kill that
no.
robot? Yeah, I don't think so.
I think
What if it looks like us?
I think it's wrong. Look, I think it's wrong to kill anything that lives.
Right.
Okay? If it breathes oxygen, like
it has a soul.
Like it doesn't even necessarily have to have a soul.
Oh.
Okay, because some people don't believe birds have souls.
Oh, right, or animals. Or
like what I'm saying is like, I got mad. Like, I've got family members, and one of them had shot a robin or whatever and stuff like that, and then just sit there and watched it. Psychopath. Anyways, I couldn't stand that. It drove me insane, and literally affected me for days and stuff like that. And a lot of people are like, well, that's just a damn bird. They ain't got a soul. Yeah, I disagree.
But anything that kills something just to kill it is wrong.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not saying I would never kill an animal, but if I did, it was either for safety, okay, or to eat. That's it.
Yeah.
It's either to get them to quit attacking me, or that way I could survive another day.
There has to be a reason. There has to be a reason I can justify it.
Exactly. But if it's not either one of those, then just keep it in your fucking pocket.
Yeah.
Because we can all get along.
Yeah. No. Yeah. For sure.
And so, no, a robot. To me, killing a robot would be the same as turning off the lights at the end of the night.
Even if it looked like us?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I agree. It would be weird, though.
Yeah.
It would be weird.
I tell you what's going to be really weird.
What?
Is whenever AI gets so damn good that all of a sudden we start having AI stars in Hollywood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
they've already created some that are like totally pure AI and like, it's like you can't tell really.
Hollywood's new it girl. Her name is Tilly Norwood.
Let's get to know each other, and thanks for watching.
But Tilly is already causing a major controversy. Why? Because she's not real. She's AI generated.
I request them to have an MRI to make sure that they're AI.
What do you think? What do you think of this old war they got going on, old Trump? The old war.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. The old war.
So I think I last heard that the ceasefire was very fragile.
That's the last thing I heard.
Yeah. Well, it's because Israel is still pushing for.
Of course they are.
You know the whole reason that is, though? Because Netanyahu is like on the hook for war crimes. But if he keeps Israel at a wartime thing, he doesn't have to face charges because he can say, I can't prepare for my defense because we're at war. So we can't have the trial. So they postpone the trial.
Not only that, but if somebody tries to take him out.
So he has no incentive to not be at war.
Yeah.
That's nuts, man. That is nuts.
Yeah.
and basically where the money rolled, and sending gear and shit.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous what goes on.
At least I'll give it to Trump. I mean, I think he wants to get out of it at least at this point.
I know he wants to get out of it because
They
the
shouldn't have got
last
into it.
thing you do is give.
Can't really give him credit because he shouldn't have got into it to begin with. But
Pretty much what we did is like, you know how you got two dogs barking at each other at the fence?
yeah,
Well, he went and handed one of them a handgun.
yeah.
Like, it's just,
Well,
it's
it's
ridiculous.
just like-
Why do you give two people that's fighting more power?
Yeah. Yeah.
In any way?
They want regime change in Israel. They want regime change in.
And they
Iran,
also want the rest of the freaking Palestinians out of Israel, out of
Gaza.
Yeah, Gaza.
Yeah. Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
They want to
that's genocide, is what that is.
yeah. It's exactly what it is.
I'm not look.
Forcing them to go live in other countries is ethnically cleansing them. That's what that
Sitting
is.
there bombing their homes, like
And
whenever,
whenever within an inch of their life.
exactly.
Yeah.
And no, it's all wrong. Like that is messed up.
Isn't it?
And I tell you what's going to happen. Okay, this is what's going to happen if they're not careful. If those Palestinians decide to pick up and go someplace else, it's going to be the same thing.
in that other country.
It's going to be
Yeah.
it's going to be worse.
Well, there already is a lot of those in Jordan and there's other countries too that have lots of Palestine and because like the king of Jordan, he's actually kind of a cool guy. He was like, no, I'm not taking any Palestinians because if we do, we're just giving Israel's worst like warmongers exactly what they want. It's exactly what they want. They want to push the problem onto us, ethnically cleanse the place, and take over.
And like
It's
Palestine.
like it sounds harsh, but I can't take any more in. Sorry.
Yeah, Palestinians aren't the problem. Like
No, it's not their fault. Yeah.
Like yeah, like
Well, I
that's-
say, Hamas is still they're terrorists. Like, but that doesn't.
I mean, I don't know.
That doesn't give you the right to say because my enemy is bad, especially when Netanyahu was funding Hamas through Qatar and whatever. Was literally funding them because, in his own words, were we can control the height of the flame. Because if your bad guy, if your enemy is a crazy terrorist organization, well, how can I be expected to work with them? They're terrorists, so I'm going to fund them to make sure they stay in power. So I'll never be expected to work with them.
Yeah,
makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking psychotic. I can't even get the word out. It was psychotic, but
it is. It absolutely
it really is, man. And what's crazy is Netanyahu's not even the worst of them. Like, because of the way their party system works, there's like a whole bunch of different parties. And there's a lot of good people in Israel that don't like Netanyahu and don't like all this shit going on. It's the government,
Yeah.
But the way their political system works is there's all these other parties, and like he's got all these other far right people in his party who are crazier than he is, who are like more hardline and shit than he is. Smoldridge is one of them. I can't remember the name of the other one.
Goebbels.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Like that's all I get off of it.
But some of these guys have been caught saying like, yeah, basically, we're trying to fucking take them all out.
Mm-hmm. And
It's nuts, man. Yeah. I saw this thing the other day that 2 intelligence agencies supposedly knew about 9/11 before it was going to happen. Now, I think you got to count the CIA as the third one in that because they knew and they did try to warn, and they are on record going to the White House trying to warn. So I don't know who was not taking it seriously or trying to stop it on purpose.
It goes beyond.
But the CIA was at least on record as trying to stop that.
Okay.
On record. Now, who knows what the truth is, but
Well,
supposedly the Saudi Arabia and Israel's intelligence agencies both knew 9/11 was going to happen.
I believe it.
Yeah. And, for different reasons, they didn't try to warn it. That's what the story is. I don't know, allegedly, right? And obviously, for Israel, it would be in their benefit to allow that to happen because then America would sign off to go to war all these Middle Eastern countries that they want to be at war with,
Yeah.
or at least Netanyahu, because Netanyahu has been drumming, the drums for war with Iran, Iraq, all these countries for years. He's been saying, "Oh, they gotta go. They got weapons of mass destruction. They got all this shit," And he was obviously wrong in Iraq. And they did have chemical weapons at some point that they got rid of. I'll give you that, but they didn't have any nukes. That was not true.
Well, my thing, I'm not going to get started on Netanyahu because nowadays, if you say,
I don't want to say too much about that.
Exactly, I'm going to keep my quiet on it, but I will say this: I agree with everything that you said about it.
Basically, yeah.
I'll say that.
I was just saying,
genocide is something that we shouldn't. Honestly, it shouldn't even be a damn thing anymore. But
it's just crazy that to go from the victims of a genocide to this, it's just crazy, man. But it's also kind of like you live long enough to see yourself become the villain kind of thing.
Power corrupts everybody is what I think it is.
Oh, yeah.
And although they were, that was supposed to be a refuge, and you would think they'd sit there and all frolic more than they would, try to start a bunch of shit. But who fucking knows, man?
But when you're surrounded by your enemies, I do understand a little bit, from their point of view, that if you're surrounded by your enemies, you're gonna get a little crazy.
Uh-huh.
But the influence they have on our politics and on our country is it's too much.
Yeah,
and and I think people are everybody's acknowledging this more and more. You know what I mean? It's not just a crazy conspiracy theory to say that anymore. Everybody's talking about it now. It's not some conspiracy theory, basically. It's fact.
Well, the only thing that makes conspiracy theory a theory is the fact that it hasn't been offered to be proven factual.
Why is AIPAC allowed to lobby in our country without registering? They're the only one, and they have a massive amount of influence.
Oh, huge. Absolutely huge.
That's crazy, man.
It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
We shouldn't, and that goes back to my problem with, pretty much government in general. The American people should have the main voice.
Yeah.
Nobody else. The American people should have the main voice.
Yeah, we don't work for them. They work for us.
Yeah, they're our representatives.
Yeah, our employees.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they get in there and they're like, "Oh, well, they don't matter. Fuck it. We'll do whatever we want. We'll get another." Have you heard about how they've been rigging the stock market?
Oh yeah. Well, it's all built on a boom bust cycle. Every 18 years or so, it rises and falls, and it's all
Well, it's not just that, but they'll know government secrets of something that's about to pass or something like that.
They'll give each other advanced foreknowledge of
and then after that person is able to go by
Congress, man. How much money?
That's what I'm talking about more than not is Congress.
Yeah,
because they'll
Pelosi's not the only one too, and it's both sides.
Let's say that they were going to go through and redo all the streetlights. Okay, yeah. Well, Congress figures out. People of Congress can figure.
They run the money. Yeah.
Well, they can figure out what company.
Yeah.
Is going to be making the lights that they're going to go through and redo.
Who gets the bid? Who gets the contract?
Yeah, who gets the bid? Who's getting the contract? So they can figure that out. So what do? Is they run and they invest a fuck ton in that company before the company gets the contract, before Wall Street knows they get the contract, and then whenever Wall Street and the company and all that, they get the contract or whatever, boom, the profit of the company just went up because they're about to have to make billions of freaking street lots, and they'll be making profit per street lot.
They gotta do some shit. Man.
It's just the whole system set up correctly.
They gotta put a cap on the terms that they have and shit.
Well, I think any politician, minus the president, okay, because there was a law, and the reason why I'm excluding the president, and I'll also say vice president, the reason why I'm excluding them too is because there was an actual law. There was a party where they got together, and I think it was Garfield, I'm not sure which one, but there was a president, and they asked to go to this meeting that they all had in D.C., and he goes, well, I ain't got the money for that. And they said, what are you talking about? You ain't got the money. You're president like that. And he said, I'm not allowed to make money off my presidency or anything like that. And that's why they went through, and if you're a president, you can have a presidential cookbook or a presidential gold coin or something like
Right,
that.
yeah, so you
Is
can
that it's because
you can make a buck.
exactly that way they're never poor.
Yeah.
Okay, now you've got people that do speeches, all right, and like Obama or whatever.
Well, yeah.
After Obama got out of office, he went and did one speech in Japan and made $1 million
Yeah,
off
he
that.
made millions. Yeah,
Like
that's nuts.
that's ridiculous. One speech and you seriously, I couldn't imagine making $1 million just somebody to hear my words.
There's that's a little sketchy. Yeah. That's,
Yeah, and but
how much the
mine
Clintons,
is
Obamas are worth after their presidency is just it's sketchy.
Yeah.
Man.
Exactly, and every president has gotten richer after presidency.
Yeah.
Like way more.
I'll give it to
water.
That's all good.
Thank you so much.
I'll give it to Jimmy Carter. Like,
Carter was the only one that had a heart.
yeah, he was the only one that actually had heart. I heard that after he saw the alien stuff and they told Carter about the alien stuff that he bawled.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Carter was the last president who actually got in there and had a heart and soul. Thank you so much. Like, he really was. He was, whenever he quit being president, he went and built houses for homeless.
Yeah. No, I know about that.
And, like, is there any other president who's just like, every other president's like, bow down and worship me.
Yeah, right. It's all evil.
Like,
No, yeah, I'll give him that. Yeah, he was a good guy. So, we didn't really get into the Hantavirus stuff, did we? Because
No.
we lost that last 15
Well,
minutes.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to have to say the date again. Today's date is Thursday, May 14th. And I have to put that on record because if we're going to talk about this Hantavirus, it changes so much. In the past week, it went from being on a boat to now being in multiple countries. This stuff's starting to spread. And if you don't date what you have, then all your news is garbage.
That's crazy. Yeah, I saw where there's 16 more people in the U.S. are being monitored for hantavirus. CDC
And if it's
says.
16 more, like I said that earlier, that was 25.
That's crazy.
Because there was 9 that was here before.
How did Gene Hackman's wife get hantavirus?
Oh, did you see their fucking house?
No.
No, man. Go back and look at before we get into Hantavirus. All right, go and look up pictures of Gene Hackman's house. The way they lived was ridiculous.
Like horrors or something?
Yeah.
Did he die, Gene Hackman?
Yes.
Recently?
Him and his wife died. I think it was last summer.
They were eaten by rats. He didn't eat.
Now, I don't know what Gene Hackman died of, but she died of Hantavirus, but she caught it because of coming to exposure with rat shit. And I was like, how in the hell does a movie star come in? But once you see their fucking house and a kitchen and stuff like that, like, it's not only dishes stacked on top of each other. Like,
So he was living like a hoarder.
I guess he was. I know she was.
Or she was, at least.
I don't know. I don't know that much about his whereabouts.
That's crazy.
Like, I never saw anybody from the Royal Tenenbaums live like that.
You would think, right? Yeah. I don't know what's going on with it. But it's just like I said, it's hard to know what to trust after COVID and everything. It's like, fuck, who knows? And who knows what to believe?
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
Where's the line? Where's the line for, that's what everybody's starting to ask themselves on everything. Whether it's the whole Epstein thing, whether it's the whole Epstein thing, whether it's the whole, Hantavirus thing, whether it's,
Oh, that's what we were talking about before the podcast, where like about how Fauci was doing the gain of function research in Wuhan. I was telling you that. Yeah.
You continue to support NIH money going to Wuhan. You continue to say you trust the Chinese scientist. You appear to have learned nothing from this pandemic. Will you today finally take some responsibility for funding gain of function research in Wuhan?
Senator, with all due respect, I disagree with so many of the things that you've said. First of all, gain of function is a very nebulous term. You are aware of that. That is called P3CO.
We're aware that you deleted gain of function from the NIH website.
Well, I can get back to that in a moment if we have time. And that you do experiments to enhance that, hence the word EPPP. Enhanced pathogens of
So when
potential
EcoHealth
pandemic.
Alliance took the
No,
virus,
well, can I would love to finish.
SHC014, and combined it with WIV1 and caused a recombinant virus that doesn't exist in nature, and it made mice sicker, mice that had humanized cells, you're saying that that's not gain-of-function research?
According to the framework and guidelines.
So what you're
of
doing is
P3
defining away gain-of-function.
No.
You're simply saying it doesn't exist because you changed the definition on the NIH website. This is terrible, and you're completely trying to escape
All right.
the idea that we should do something about trying to prevent a pandemic from leaking from a lab. There's the preponderance of evidence now points towards this coming from the lab, and what you've done is change the definition
Right.
on your website to try to cover your ass, basically. That's what you've done. You've changed the website to try to have a new definition that doesn't include the risky research that's going on. Until you admit that it's risky, we're not going to get anywhere. You have to admit that this research was risky. The NIH has now rebuked them. Your own agency has rebuked them. But
That's-
the thing is you're still unwilling to admit that they gained in function when they say they became sicker. They gained in lethality. It's a new virus. That's not gain of function?
According to the definition that is currently operable,
That's crazy.
So I mean, like, if you've already got corrupt individuals, supposedly,
It's not exactly gain of function research. It's kind of similar, but it's not the
he
same.
needs to have his fingers shut in his desk.
Let me tell you. Did you put your mask on? Put your mask on.
Yeah, yeah. Put it all the way up to you.
Fuck that guy.
You know. Like anybody who thinks they have the authority to tell anybody else what to do, you can suggest. You can even heavenly suggest.
Yeah.
But you can't tell a person what to do.
Yeah, I think, yeah, especially in America, like we have that spirit of just like, nah, there's a certain amount of us that are like, nah, fuck you.
Exactly. No, that's the American spirit.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that somebody from New York has in common with somebody from
fuck you.
Georgia. Is the fact that, like, they will both say fuck you in an instant. Like that should be our motto. America. Red, white, and fuck you.
Red, white, and fuck you.
Like,
That is good.
that's one thing. America's like, shit, the South, like being a rebel and stuff like that. There's only like,
Well,
I've told bosses this in the past and stuff like that. But whenever somebody goes to talk to me and stuff like that, and it rubs me a little bit of the wrong way, I always ask a question. It's, are you asking or are you telling? Because if they've got the balls to be like, I'm telling you,
I'm telling you.
you're going to see me throw keys at your ass. I'm out. Like,
Right, because they can. I understand you're phrasing it a certain way. I just need to know: are you asking or telling right now?
yeah.
Yeah,
And like once you get clarification on that, because they're like, they usually come back to terms and they're like, oh, I'm asking.
I'm asking.
sorry.
It just came off a little.
Yeah, it came
short.
out. I've had a bad day or something like that. Because that's what that question brings them back down to earth. But if they continue on after that, they can go eat their own shit.
I had a meeting with a boss recently, and he was like, I remember at one point he was like, he was like, so basically what you're telling me is you're not going to change anything about your punctuality. You're not going to change anything about your work habits. I was like, I mean, yeah, you put it like that. That's how he
So what was wrong with your work habits when you were doing the work of 3 or 4 people at one time?
Oh yeah, no, I get
And
that.
staying there from like 1 o'clock in the
It
afternoon.
was like setting the station
So,
up
like,
by a certain
1
time,
to
not
2.
having the station set up by a
Like-
certain time, but still having all the tickets out was good.
You
and
could
everything.
stay there sometimes till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it was crazy.
No, and see, like, what do these jobs want from people, man?
Oh,
Like, I mean, like a job. Look, I said this in the past because it's very hard for. It doesn't matter what generation you're talking about. And I want all the kids to listen to me. I want all the old people to listen to me. I want everybody to listen to me because this is something that is so hard for different generations to understand. But like, for instance, my mom, she's a boomer, okay?
yeah.
And whenever she was a kid, you literally went to work 5 to 9 or 9 to 5, 5 days a week, 2 days off on the weekend.
It was extremely
And that's
scheduled.
the schedule.
Yeah.
That's the schedule that they know is a work schedule.
Yeah.
When I was at my last job,
At 5 p.m. on
Yeah,
On a Friday, a boomer's body begins to shut down,
like,
and they can't.
I'm not saying all that, but all I'm saying
They
is
can't
like.
work anymore.
So I mean, like,
No, I know that.
but what I'm saying is, after, like, take me for instance, like, my average work week is, at least at my old job, it was normally like about 1:30 to about 10:30 at night, and that was on an easy night. And whenever it was difficult nights, you'd pull doubles, like Friday and Saturday. And then you only get one day off after all that crap.
Yeah.
See, that's something that our older generation doesn't understand, is because if you're literally working that way now,
You get burned.
that one day that you get off, you literally just want to lick your wounds and try to become a human again.
Yeah. And then, like, most of the time, you end up doing nothing, so you just feel shitty because you did nothing.
Exactly.
And didn't get anything accomplished, even though you really needed that time just to rest.
Yeah, and if you get everything accomplished that you need to get accomplished, then you've worked that day.
Yeah.
It's just you was doing personal stuff.
Right, yeah.
And, like, that's wrong. It's wrong. Like, if somebody wants to take all their personal stuff and put it in one day to where it's like work, that's their prerogative, and that's okay.
Right. It was like that job. I was just doing the work of multiple people, and at a certain point, it was kind of burning me out.
Yeah.
At a certain point. There's only so long you could do it because I was just going to get burned out.
100%.
And I just got to that point, Sometimes there's nothing you can really do about it. Like, once you get to a certain point.
Man, I've had a job where, I mean, I don't know how far it got for you, but whenever I was over at blank and blank, like, there was nights that I would go home just cussing because, like, the people that was hired in at $8 an hour. The average hiring rate is about 12. So if they do get in there within the first 2 months, they talk to their friends and they're like, "How much are you making?" "I'm making $8 an hour." "I'm making 12." And they feel some type of way because their friends are over there bullshitting somewhere, making a whole $4 more than them now. But I can't help that because I wasn't over wages.
Yeah.
And so it got to where
there's a lot of resentment.
a lot of resentment and stuff like that. And it finally just got to like this. Instead of having to go through and convince 5 people every night to do their job and how to do their job and stuff like that, it's not saying I wouldn't train them. Everybody should have training, okay?
Yeah.
But whenever somebody fully knows their job and they're still cutting corners, like mopping was the world's worst, okay? You would have thought that mop was radioactive, all right? Like, because they would grab the mop and they would literally just fling it, taking that dirty mop water, slapping walls, slapping Coke machine, like the front of a Coke machine and everything. So if I asked one of the teenagers to do it, the whole floor just had a bunch of dirty-ass mop water slapped all the walls had a bunch of dirty-ass mop water slapped all over.
Yeah.
And so I took it upon myself to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I am too.
But see, exactly. But here's where it was bad. Okay. At one point, I was putting in an average of 60 hours a week. And then once I came to the realization that I'm not going to get paid for them, then that made it to where I started to come in later. Well, that hurt the person that was on day shift who was needing to leave by a certain time.
Right, yeah.
So I reversed it and I said, okay, that fucking energy just went to night shift.
Yeah.
And like, so whenever night shift rolled around and it was time to close, I turned into a fucking dickhead.
You're just like, it's got to go somewhere.
That's it. Like, it got to the point where I tried to be nice for everybody. I tried to sacrifice for everybody. But then I wasn't getting paid for the sacrifice.
Right, and you're just getting shit from both ends. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I hated being a manager when I was a manager at, where we used to work.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, and it wasn't like, I loved the people. I love, to a certain degree.
Yeah.
I love everybody, but it was just like everybody's just personality having to deal with, oh, I don't want to be on this station today, or I don't want to do this today.
Yes.
It's just like, oh my God, like, come on, man.
Dude,
be a fucking team player.
When I was at my old job, the worst thing on earth that you could possibly do, and I don't know if you ever did this, but while you was at that one place, but did you ever make the schedule?
When I was at, our old work, I did, but no, not
So you made the schedule.
Lenny's.
Oh yeah, I did. Did I make the schedule at Lenny's?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Okay,
Sometimes.
I'm going to tell you the biggest mistake that any manager could possibly ever do on earth, and that is make the schedule in front of employees. I did that one time, and that was like, I didn't get like it. It took me longer to like because everybody like I can't do this and I can't do it. They got so many last minute requests.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God, dude.
There has to be a limit to when they can put the requests in.
I even heard these sons of bitches go to the back and tell everybody be like, "Hey, Monday's out there making the schedule. If you need a day off, better go ahead.
Better go conspire.
Oh yeah." And I'm like,
All right.
would you go kill yourself? Like, do us all a favor.
I would just be like, the schedule is how it is. You can't work like miss a day.
And no,
see
after
what happens.
after that, I wouldn't. After that day, because everything like that was the hardest schedule I ever had to make.
Yeah.
Because this person was like, I don't want to work with this person. I don't want to work with this person.
You have 30 different
Like,
requests.
Yeah,
to,
30,
like,
30 different requests and stuff like that. So what started happening is every Saturday night, Saturday was Saturday night was a lot of people's last night working before Monday.
Yeah.
So, and not a lot of people work Sunday.
Yeah.
So what I would do is every single Saturday night, after we closed, after I let the last person out and said, bye, like that, I would go in there and make the damn schedule.
Right.
And like I always had to do it away from everybody. And then the funny thing is, my boss is like, "It shouldn't be taking you that motherfucker long to be making the motherfucking schedule. I'm going to save some money. I'm going to do it my damn self. And these people are just going to work whatever the fuck I put them down for." I was like, "All right, brother, you feel like Christ? Go ahead."
You think I want to do this?
I was like, I told him, I was like, "You take that off my hands. You go right ahead. You go, boy." Like, yeah, like I was cheering him on.
I was gonna tell you, like I hardly ever had like requested days off at this job ever. I missed like 3 days, like the entire year I worked there. Like, and I called in like at least for it, like way in advance. Never had like a requested schedule. Let them put whatever.
Yeah.
And like I know like how useful that is as a scheduler. Like for me not to put pressure and like say, hey, yeah, do whatever. I very rarely, like a handful of times, had to make a schedule request. And the other guy that was on my station, I know for a fact, had like a D&D group that he came to play and had like a requested day off once a week. Now I love the guy. Like I don't have anything wrong with it, but it's just like, come on, like it's just that kind of shit. Like I know how useful I was, so that's fine.
Yeah,
And
that's the way I felt about it.
If you want to sweat me. I understand.
But my boss, whenever he took that schedule,
but I know what I'm worth too, and that's fine.
And that's what it's all about. And also, like with this new job I took, one thing that I love the job, and like I said, I can't go on about how much I love it. Like, one of the most positive people I've ever met in my life is my manager.
What about me? I'm not positive.
I said one of the most. I said one of the most.
No, I'm not positive.
And like,
I'm a sarcastic dickhead.
But what I'm saying, you are positive in a lot of ways. But no, this dude is just like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's not a lot of people I've ever met it's not outgoing. It's just positive.
Just a good vibe.
Yeah, that's it. It's just great vibes.
Just good vibes.
And that's all that's in that place is great vibes.
Yeah.
And, I learned after my last job, make sure you get 2 days off. I don't care what 2 days they are.
Yeah.
And like that's the one thing I will request and stuff because that makes it to where I can't be taken advantage of. They can work me doubles for 5 days and I don't
2 days off in a row.
Well, no, not even 2 days off in a row.
No.
I just need 2 days off.
Yeah.
Because my last job
I like them in a row every once in a while.
Well, I mean that makes vacation easier or something like that.
Yeah, it helps you unwind.
Yeah. But I mean
But like I said, I never even made those kind of requests.
Yeah.
I just,
And that says a lot for like I've been a manager, and like having an employee that just doesn't like they're a good employee is somebody who just sits down, shuts up, and does the job that they're supposed to do. And the more that somebody does that, the better the employee they are.
Yeah.
And then after that is reliability, and the schedule request goes back to that. Like, a lot of people don't understand it, but whenever you make a schedule request, it makes you seem unreliable.
Yeah.
And, like...
Yeah, it's like I've been in that position. I know it's not easy for the manager at all. Like that's what I always be like. I'm like, dude, I know, I understand where you're coming from. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But you know, you can only do so much.
Well, I didn't realize. I come to realize how important a job is, having time away from a job. Because, God, it took me 9 months to find a job.
Oh no, I feel like it's so crazy because like I didn't work for a few years actually, doing like the stay-at-home dad thing, and then I went back to work at this place for like a year, and then I'm not working now, and it's just weird because it's just like that year just went by in a fucking blur, man.
Yeah.
And it just went by so
And
fast.
here's something funny. Whenever you had a job, and you would always, like, I remember my first job, the one that you was talking about.
Yeah.
I would go out to, like, I had that job for 10 years. So I could remember thinking about going and taking the trash out at night. And depending on the temperature outside, is what time of year it was. Of course. But what I'm saying is like, that's how I measured. Like,
Time.
Exactly. That was my measurement of time.
Yeah.
Is like, dates didn't matter or anything like that because, you went in and like at that place, the same deal, 6 days. And like, I'm sick of working 6 days. If that means I got to take a cut in hours, I'll take a cut in hours. But what I'm doing is,
you can't spend your life fucking working. It's not how it's supposed to be, man.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be that way.
Like if you're just killing yourself for what?
Well, I mean, look at it like this. Like, I heard that Native Americans, okay?
Yeah.
Like, Native Americans, or Native people in general, just tribal people. Whether it's tribal people of Africa, India, China, it doesn't matter where it's from, but tribal people, okay?
Yeah.
They used to run around, like, be on their feet. They're not made to be on their feet for more than, I think it's 3 hours a day. And I heard that, like, whenever I heard this statistic, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a fan of running. And honestly, if you ever see me run, then there's a problem. There's a big problem. But
something bad is happening.
Yeah, but if I had to run for 3 hours or stand for 11, I think I would try to run the 3.
Yeah.
And not only that, but it's not 3 consecutive. It's while they're hunting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, they might go run for 30 minutes and then sit down for 30
And we
minutes.
were persistence hunters, so we really just kind of like followed, stopped,
Exactly.
followed, stopped.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And so,
that's how we're made to do. We're made to like go for a little bit, stop, go for a little bit,
Exactly.
stop.
Exactly. And we work better in teams, and that's the reason.
Oh yeah.
And like, a lot of, like, I started looking into it because, okay, everybody loves to be around a fire.
Yeah.
Unless if you are some, like, heaven forbid, ridiculous burn victim. Like,
unless you got some
everybody
PTSD.
enjoys being around a fire.
Yeah.
And that goes back to, like, cavemen days.
I think you're right, yeah. There's like an element of us that remembers that, like, through our DNA.
Yeah, and like, we got our safety from so long ago came from a fire. That's why so many people love bonfires.
Right, like when you're camping at night and you're sitting around the fire, there's a sense of, it's dangerous out in the dark woods, but I have a little bit of safety right here.
And that's not false, because that's 100% true. Anything on Earth that can eat us, okay, that would, well, let's not say that can eat us, but that would hunt us.
Yeah.
Anything on Earth that would hunt us would do it at night.
Yeah.
Or 90% of them would do it at night.
If it's Epstein out in those woods, you're fucked.
Yeah. He's nocturnal. Like, he's not
a vampire.
He's not.
If you camp right next to Bohemian Grove, you're fucked.
He had like, dude, he would sit up in the treetop, like in the treetops, and he had the tying shoes effect, loop, swoop, and pull, like, and that's how he got all his victims.
That's so fucked up.
Like,
that's so crazy.
No,
so crazy how, I mean, like I was telling you the other day on the phone, like the Epstein thing is like the JFK conspiracy theory of our time now. Like it's like,
yeah, and that's where it's going to stay. It won't progress anymore, because if it does, we locked up literally everybody in Congress.
If we do, we have to arrest all the politicians and all the entertainers.
So are we gonna bring it out and say, okay, bye government,
buy everything?
And we're at war right now, so that's not going to happen. So if anybody thinks that they're going to hear anything new about Epstein before this war's over, they're out of their fucking mind.
Right.
Because the last thing you want to do is lose your government in the middle of a war. But
I will say this, I'm against this war, but I still support America. So it's like, you know, at a certain point, I have to be like, well, you know, I still want us to.
Here's the way I think about it.
I still want us to succeed in some sense of the word, whatever that means. You know what I mean?
What you're doing is you're taking pride in your country.
Right.
Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But see, here's where my pride stops. Okay? I actually do love my country.
Yeah.
All right? And I love our soldiers. Okay?
Right. And putting them in harm's way for another fucking country is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Like, that's just stupid. We should never be doing that.
Yeah.
And like I said, I love our soldiers, but that's where it stops.
Yeah, and if we're
I don't love our government. I don't love our governors. I don't know though, man. Tennessee's got some good ones.
Tim Burchett's pretty cool.
Tim Burchett's pretty cool. And I like Bill Lee.
Yeah.
I like
Thomas Massey too from Kentucky.
Yes. Is that the short little white-headed one?
Yeah.
He's
that one that got the Epstein files.
Yeah, he's a little bastard. I love his ass. Like, he ain't worried about having people hate him.
No.
Yeah, I think from birth that was his main goal. He'd get out there and he'd be like, I got all these fuckers together. We're going to take down.
He's smart. You can tell. He's really smart. Yeah. You can tell, man.
Like, I like him. But see, like, that's the only people, like, and now I'm not saying I'm extremely aware of government or anything like that, but.
Shit, I'm not either, man. Really.
But, like, what I'm saying is, like, that's about the only ones that I found in government where I'm like, I like this person. I like what they're doing.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, I'm not hating just to hate. It's just, why do we have these people in office?
I heard this thing about Gavin Newsom the other day about how, you know, when he was like, I can't remember, he's like mayor or something. And he was doing this thing where he had this guy that worked for him who was in some position, and he was like, hey, can you go fill in for me during this thing for me tonight? And it was like a deputy type.
That sounds like some Silverstein shit.
And he was like, yeah, I'll go. He was like, you'll be my proxy. And he was like, yeah, I'll do it. And so the guy did it, and it came out that Gavin Newsom was sleeping with this guy's wife on that same night. So he sent him there so he could go fuck his wife.
Wow.
I just like, dude, how dirty is that? Like, I mean, I'm like, I get people do dirty shit, but it's just like, that's so fucking dirty. Yeah, that's just crazy.
That's demented.
Yeah,
but
that's just evil. Like,
yeah, I mean,
that's like, you don't feel bad about it or anything. Like, you literally are like, here, go this way, so I can go this way.
This is the woman that was with him. Like, how was she able to stomach that crap?
I don't know.
Knowing that he's just out doing an errand or whatever. I don't know. Whenever it comes to that cheating bullshit, I just don't understand no part of it.
Yeah.
I don't understand the mentality of somebody who would cheat on somebody. I don't understand the mentality of, like, how hard is it to tell somebody to call them up, okay? Like, before you stick your whatever in whoever, how hard is it to be like, hey, it's over, I'll get my stuff tomorrow? How hard is it to do that stuff?
I mean, it's hard.
I know that's like a John Deere thing to do, and it's kind of psychotic or whatever, but I've never cheated on anybody. And it's never got to the point where I've done that. But if I see that I'm going to be...
I mean, look, I have, but I felt really horrible, and it didn't, like I ended that relationship within, like, the next few weeks. So it was I was like, yeah, I can't do this.
I thought it was like a few months.
I thought it was like a few years.
No, it was a few weeks. I love how everybody's questioning my timeline. It's okay. Feel free to question my timeline.
I will, microphone. I will, Mr. Microphone.
It's not like you were there. Oh, fuck, he was there.
Oh, my God.
No, I really do think, though, it was a few weeks.
It wasn't that long.
It was at the end of 2013. When all that was going on.
2013 was a wacky year.
Yeah.
But you also told me you were, like, emotionally cheating and stuff.
Okay, and like I said, that doesn't count.
Well, I guess you didn't, like, stick your dick in anybody's.
How do you emotionally cheat?
That's when you're, like, talking to somebody else. Like, I was talking to... Well, I probably shouldn't say that on air, so I'll bleep that out.
It's all right. I was too at one point.
Yeah, it's okay.
We're Eskimo brothers. We're gonna delete all this.
I might leave it in. I might just bleep the name.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get off here, but actually, I did want to talk about that documentary I saw about Bob Lazar that I was telling you about, that guy who like escaped from Area 51 and had all this like it was like back in like the late 80s, early 90s, and he told us all about how this shit they're working on, like a spacecraft out there, and they did this documentary recently.
Physical evidence now exists which proves that there is life elsewhere, and at least one form of that life has been here. As of 1989, that evidence was in the custody of the United States government. Between December of 1988 and April of 1989, I worked as a senior staff physicist in what has to be the most secret project in history. My job in this program was to be part of a back engineering team. This particular disc appeared to be in excellent condition, and because of its sleek appearance, I nicknamed it the Sport Model. The goal in this program was to see if the technology of the disc could be duplicated with Earth materials. To start up the reactor, of course, we need some element 115. In fact, you need 223 grams, machined into a wedge like this.
Where they recreated everything that he says he saw and what happened. And he says, like, the government, tried to shoot at him. They, erased where he worked, where he went to school. They were tapping his phone lines. They told him his wife was having an affair before he knew, and told him he was, basically compromised at that point.
Mm.
And that he got in trouble because he was taking his friends. He knew he was, basically getting in trouble, and that towards the end, he was taking his friends up on, the ridge to see the test flights. And his friends saying, yeah, we saw it.
Shit.
And John Lear.
Admittedly, the tape proves very little by itself because with the distance and darkness, there are no reference points other than the alleged flying.
This is John Lear, and today is March 22nd, 1989. We're standing just about 8 miles due east of Groom Lake, Nevada, the super government secret test site. And just a few minutes ago, we saw one of the government extraterrestrial UFOs fly over there. We all watched it for about 7 or 8 minutes.
Is one of the guys he took out there who's a prominent guy in the UFO world. I looked that guy up, John Lear, and he recorded it on video. Yeah, damn. I mean it's dark, so you can't see a lot what's going on, but they say they saw fucking something, man.
I believe it.
Anyway, so they made this documentary where they use CGI to recreate footage of what this guy saw, and they de-age his face to make him the same age he was back then. And a lot of the things he talks about have come true. He talks about there was this hand scanner that they had to get in through, and it's a really weird technology, a hand scanner that measures the bones in your fingers. And everybody's like, that's weird.
Yeah.
But turns out that's a real piece of technology.
Yeah.
And when you go, they found where that piece of technology actually existed.
I'm going to watch it.
And then there was some other stuff, too. He said that the spacecraft was powered by this thing called element 115. Mm-hmm. And years later, through particle reactions, through the accelerator, they've temporarily, for a few seconds, created element 115 before it flittered away.
Wow.
So they know it's not theoretical. They know it's real.
Wow.
How did he guess if that's the thing that it's powered by, that was a real thing,
Yeah.
It's just a lot of those little things, and it's he hasn't changed his story from the time that he really came out back in the day till now. He said the same thing. And the crazy thing is he hasn't made money from this. I'm sure he's connected to this documentary. He'll probably make some money off this documentary or something, maybe, but it's he hasn't made he's just a scientist. That's his thing.
Yeah.
And the thing that gets me the most about believing him, I don't want people to believe me. I hope they don't.
Yeah.
All this shit is really bought me a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I don't want them to believe me. At a certain point, I'll tell you my story. If you want to believe it, fine, believe it.
Well, I mean, if everybody calls you crazy, then everybody will start to disregard you.
And at a certain that makes me want to believe it more because it's like fuck.
Well, I mean, that's why society
how you would feel if it was true.
Society needs to relook at everything.
You would feel like fuck. Just fuck it. I don't care if you believe me at this point. Like,
No,
I'm telling you what happened, and this is what happened to me. And like, if you want to believe it, believe it. But
Look,
like,
I have said things to people. I told people COVID was coming before COVID came.
yeah,
And they'd look at
Well,
you
I'm
like,
more-
oh, you're stupid. I told people about what was going on with, I'm going to have to do achrome. I'm going to say that. Like, I don't know if you know what that.
achrome. What is that?
You ever heard of adrenochrome?
Oh, adrenochrome. Yes.
Okay. Well, anyways, like, you know, I had to tell people about that. And then all of a sudden, Panda Eye documentaries start coming up and Epstein and all this other shit. And like,
I mean, I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying like
that's 100% like.
I mean, I don't know, man. Well, I do see a lot of these things where they're like, dude, like,
Let me tell you
blood
something.
transfusions.
I watched this
with younger
documentary.
people.
I
and
watched
stuff.
this documentary. Okay.
Yeah.
And they
I'm
took
just
it.
checking our
You're
battery
good.
life.
Anyways, I watched this documentary and they took it off YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was on YouTube for a while. They would take it off YouTube as soon as it got put on. The way I had to watch it is they uploaded the number sequence that they had through Reddit, and
Yeah.
you had to click on it through Reddit in order to watch it. And that was the only way that it still went through YouTube. I'm not saying you couldn't search up on YouTube,
Yeah.
but you would literally have to search up like, you know, apostrophe exclamation point 8876J, and like it was just a bunch of jumbled
Numbers
shit.
and symbols.
But like whenever I sit there and I watch this thing, like I'm telling you, like the stuff I saw on this messed me up for weeks. For weeks. That shit
What
is
was it about?
It's how these elites, it's literally every industry. Every industry. People in the music industry, people in the entertainment industry as far as acting goes, people in the modeling industry, the fashion industry.
Yeah.
Like
It's all connected.
Like any if you have an industry where they spend a lot of money and not a factory setting, it affects that industry.
Yeah. And people are paying for access to certain people and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Hey, dude, that crap goes deep.
It does.
The
I
more-
mean, that's the whole thing. Like, people would pay access to other people to Epstein. Like, that he could get you access to other people. Too,
Yeah.
You know? That was his thing.
That is messed up. Like, but yeah.
Ah, man, that's so crazy. Well, I guess we better wrap it up.
Yeah,
before
we'll wrap it
battery
up.
dies. We got a good episode here.
We did.
Yeah, talked about a lot of shit. Even after that little hiccup in the beginning when when somebody didn't plug in Monday's microphone. I don't know who it was.
We'll figure it out next episode.
We may figure it out.
We may figure it out.
But have a good one. Take care. Peace.
Peace. Sayonara.
Sayonara.
Nanu.